Andrew Osaki, KETV. Why hasn't a single Nebraska prison inmate been tested even though 5 correctional staff have been tested positive? So again, this gets back to treating inmates just like everybody else in the public. When somebody gets tested positive, that person then gets isolated. And we go back and look at their contacts and keep them quarantined, but they don't necessarily get tested. So the inmates are being treated the same way. So with regard to our correctional folks, there hasn't been a need to test those inmates because, again, just like the public, if you start showing symptoms, if you present with symptoms, that's when you start being tested. But since none of those inmates have presented with symptoms and the correctional workers that have been tested positive have been kept isolated from our inmates, there hasn't been a reason to test somebody, but the inmates will be treated just like everybody else in the public. We've got a community standard of health here in the state. So if an inmate who had been in contact with one of our correctional officers would present with symptoms, that's when they would get tested.